Hi YouTube, please give me a moment while I go live on Facebook. I'll be right back with you. It's gonna take me a second. And we are live on Facebook. Hi everybody, I am Sami Abu Saad, Director of Education at T3 Live. Welcome to my weekly videos. As always, thanks for tuning in. I usually do this video on Saturday morning. Today I'm doing it in the afternoon. We're going to be looking at the market as always. We're going to be looking at some ideas for next week, and we are going to be looking at Bitcoin, which is just about to trigger a daily buy setup. So we're going to go over all of that in just a few minutes here. But if you like the video, please be sure to hit the like button. I would appreciate that. Also, beneath the video, if you click on the description below the video, you'll see some helpful links if you'd like to check them out later. For now, let's go ahead and get started. First, a disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss today is for educational purposes only, not to be construed as investment recommendation. I'm going to go ahead and start off with Bitcoin since it's about to trigger. As you can see, we have almost a curling rising 20. Let me just get this out of my way. Okay, so I like it when the 20 MA starts to curl like so and turns, you know, I like it when it turns upward. Now this is a little flat to be sure, and that's why I think on Bitcoin this buy setup, there's a couple places to put the stop. One would be just right here, one would be right here. Actually, there's three places: one under the doji bar, one under the green bar, and one under the pivot. I would lean, you know, to giving it the room, putting it under the pivot, because the moving average is not, it's a little flat. But that, my friends, is a daily buy setup. So I like it higher. 12,000 would be target 1, 14 or so, or 1350 would be target 2, 13,500 that is. So, but I like Bitcoin over 10,460. I'm already in it. I did a video on Thursday, I think. Showed you my, well, let's take a look. Showed you my play on it. Got it at 10,300, 10,400. So I have my stop in the system. I have 2.3. Let me cancel my stop so you can see the position. 1 second. So I just canceled my stop. I have 2.3 coins. See this? I use Pro Coinbase for trading the major currencies, cryptocurrencies, and then Bittrex and Kraken for trading the altcoins. So I have 2.3 Bitcoins, and I like it higher. I don't honestly love it, but I think it's good enough to try. So I gave it a try when it triggered over this doji bar's high, and then when it took out the green bar's high also. So I did half and half. So looking up, like it a lot, and I'm starting off with this because it's about to trigger, that's why. Okay, but okay, let's go ahead and switch to charts, and we're going to talk about the market, and we'll talk about some interesting ideas for next week. First, the market. As I said, I did a video update on Thursday, and I talked about how, you see, that's a nice curling moving average. Talked about how the market was looking up, right? Nice 45-degree 20, whereas Bitcoin's a little flat, but I think it's worth a shot. So you see this? So that was the signal to go long, broke out over the base, reached the prior highs, that's the cues, and double topped, and now we're coming in. That is actually a very good thing. Bullish traders might think this is not good, I wish it never happened. No, that's a good thing, because now we have a clear line in the sand. The worst thing would be to get a big run up that takes out the prior highs and get a peekaboo new high and then immediately fail. But now that we have a double top, if we go back and breach the double top, kind of a double top, not quite, but if we make a new all-time high, it should be for real. Does that make sense? It should hold. because right now we did double top or put in a lower high, whatever you want to call this. It's an equal high almost in the same area as the prior pivot high. So okay, the bears had the chance to take it down. Now if the bulls show up and we make a new high, that should be a confirmed signal that the market is going to continue higher. The SPY actually made a new all-time high and is showing relative strength to the Qs thanks to the money rotation that we have going on right now. We have money coming into the low valuation stocks. The IWM had a nice run up last week. We also had a nice run up in the financials. That's XLF, really nice run up, and then a big drop in the tech stocks, mainly the cloud growth companies. Those are the ones that got hit the hardest. And so that's money rotation. Money rotation is bullish in a sense because it means money is not actually leaving the market. It's just rotating between the different sectors. Does that make sense? So that's actually in a sense quite bullish. The high valuation growth stocks are what led the market over the last years since Trump won elections, right? That's what has been fueling the market. So in a sense, that's not good that money is now getting out of growth and into the low multiple, low valuation stocks, the value stocks basically, right? So that's the one thing that's bearish about it. And the high valuation stocks have been the ones that, I mean, they have much larger market cap, much larger share of the market cap than the low valuation stocks. But again, money rotation in general is bullish because it means that money is not leaving the market, it's just rotating, which is a good thing. We saw gold and silver get hit hard. I already gave you an update on gold and silver last week. I told you it topped, especially I said SLV for now, for sure short-term top. GLD I wasn't as sure about, and of course you can't be as sure about something that this bullish, right? It was pretty bullish, 45 degree 20, whereas SLV went climactic, right? Accelerated away from the 20, so that was definitely the top. But GLD I said I would trail if you're in to the weekly bar by bar, basically. And if you're still looking for a larger move up to 174, can still hold, but that was at least a target one. In fact, gold performed better than expected. I mean, it just performed better than expected since I did the first video on it on June 1st. Back here, basically. Or back here, June 1st. Right at the bottom. And I called a long on it, and then I did a couple more videos on the 1, 2, 3 here. On the monthly, it performed better than expected, so that's pretty good. We'll see where that ends up pulling back to, maybe to here, I would think, 135 or so, but we'll see. All right, with that said, let's switch gears and look at the watch list for next week. We'll start with the bearish items since we only have just a few, 4 or 5. ALXN, sell setup, that's not bad. What's not great about it is it retraced more than 100%. See that prior drop? We like stocks that don't retrace 100%. In this case, it retraced 150. But nice hourly chart. That's not bad at all. I like it. And then AOBC, same concept. It's a daily sell setup. Transition C on the hourly chart. So that's not bad. Right here, short. Stop above the pivot. HRB, very weak. Market ran up last week. This thing stayed at the lows after a bearish gap down. So I do like it short. Only issue is the reward to risk is low on this stock unless you expect it to break under the support on the monthly and reach the prior low here at 20 bucks. If you do, then this would be probably my favorite short. But I'm not sure that it's going to be able to break these prior two pivots from earlier this year in 2018. All right, so that's the HRB. SUPV actually triggered on Friday. But I didn't get the SUPV. I got the GJAL, which is another South American stock, sell setup. I like the reward to risk on this more. But this is good too. It's just that it triggered already at 299. I'll be watching it. Maybe I can get another like a second position or another position in a second South American stock. So that's not bad. And Alta, as you know, is really bearish. Okay, basing at the lows, looks lower. I don't like how the moving average is flat on the hourly chart. I like either declining or rising moving averages. When I say moving average, I mean the 20. So I like declining when I'm looking to short. I like rising when I'm looking to play long. And that's the main thing against Bitcoin, as I said, right? Is that it's a little bit of a flat 20. By the way, if you're in the strategic swing trader, feel free to log on to your account and to get the two ideas that were posted, the two official plays posted for Monday. I just updated the sheet. Okay, feel free to log in and get those. You can even put in the orders in the system right away. Okay, longs. We have a lot more. Not my favorite watch list ever, to tell you the truth, because a lot of it, some of the items here have already moved up a lot. AMRX is an example. I had an ID on it here, triggered already last week. So now another idea, hourly breakout. Okay, that's not bad as a long. So that's the AMRX. AVP has a 1, 2, 3, 4 on the daily chart. So it just needs to clear 466 with a stop under 448. 20 cent stop, okay? JAGX, it's a small low price stock, but it's a transition A also. So that's not bad. Like it. Maybe it breaks out, continues higher. 1, 2, 3. Reminds me a little bit of the Fran, which skyrocketed. Had a 1, 2, 3. Also was a low price stock. What day was that? That was on the 10th. That was last Monday, basically. You want to know what I did with Fran? This was an earnings play. So I doubled my money overnight using the actual stock and not even an option. What was the date we said? 9/10, right? So 9/10. That's Fran for you. I just 100%. It gapped up 100% almost. Had 3,000 shares. It doubled. I doubled my money overnight in Fran. Almost doubled. So pretty awesome. And then from here, it doubled again, right? Almost doubled again. From 10 went to 1950. But I was out at the I was out that day in the morning. FRAN. So the JAGX is the same concept, except I don't expect this to gap because it's not an earnings play. Okay. Kirk, same concept. Transition A on the daily chart. Don't love it, but is another low price stock that could explode in next week. I like the KMI, Kinder Morgan, looks pretty good. Transition A on the daily, probably a weekly buy setup. Let's take a look. That's a weekly buy setup. That's not bad. And then monthly is a transition A. Notice how at the beginning or at the end of last year it tried to go lower. It did go lower and failed. So this stock, KMI, Kinder Morgan, one of the largest energy companies in the country, is higher, and I guess next target would be 23.36, somewhere up there. But honestly, I would expect it to bare minimum make it all the way to 27.50 minimum. So I like the KMI as a long-term trade. This is not one of the two ideas that I posted as official plays, but I may add it as one of the, add it as an official play for Monday. I do like it as a long-term trade. Long-term trade. NKTR, a breakout. So I like it over the base. Long stop under the base. That's not bad. I know it's weak. This was a short on earnings that day. And it looks higher though. Looks to go back up. I like the PCG a lot on the daily, but the problem with the PCG is the weekly. I don't really like that weekly chart. Right? I like the gap that we had yesterday. Over 1150, stop under 1030. Looks higher. Or maybe can play it off of the hourly chart or the 15-minute chart to try and find a tighter stop. I'd say 1150 could use this as a stop on the hourly chart. So I like the bullishness there, but I don't like the weekly. And SPGI is, I guess that's not, I thought it was, SPGL is the gold stock. I thought it was a gold stock, but yeah, SPGI is not. And SPGI does look good. It reminds me a little bit of the KMI, right? Transition A, it's just much weaker. Weekly kind of ended the uptrend. Monthly, wow, had a major breakout earlier this year, and this would be a monthly buy setup. Long stop. Again, long-term play. This would be a long-term play. Wow. I didn't even realize it had such a major breakout earlier this year. So take a look. It broke out over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5 years worth of basing. Right? That's why it doubled this year. From 25, it went to 66. Almost tripled. And now has a pullback. So I really do like the SPGI. Better than I expected before coming on the mic. And then Tilray, not my favorite, but possible transition A. You see how it's starting, it failed on the sell setup, failing on the sell setup. This was a sell setup, starting to bounce back up. So again, possible transition A on not just Tilray, but also some of the other cannabis stocks. I know those are your favorites, your favorite stocks. I don't know why, but I think you might know why. Just kidding. But Tilray looks interesting higher. I'm not going to be playing the Tilray. TOCA had a major gap down, like 80-90% gap down, and I can see it moving back up. I can see it moving to the 20 MA on the hourly. Let's say $2 or so. That means 100% gain. Entry would be over this base, stop under it, and then target up here. Okay. So I like it. That's not bad. Last but not least is XOM. Pretty interesting. I think this is another energy stock, isn't it? Let me just open up my TC2000 platform here. And XON is pharmaceutical, I believe. It's XOGs let's double check. Yeah, XON is pharmaceutical. So it's got a weekly buy setup. Let's take a look at the monthly. Monthly is not too good. Daily had a beautiful transition A back here. So this is again another transition A with the curling 20 coming from underneath price, but not my favorite really. As I said, from both watch lists, I am looking to play two items, but there might be another one, which would be the KMI. If I add another play, it'll be the KMI because it's a long-term trade. I like the KMI long-term. I like the SPGI long-term. All right. So I do these videos on the weekend just to kind of give you an idea of what I look for, the kind of plays that I take. I hope you find the videos helpful. If you'd like to participate in trades like these and more, if you'd like to play the earnings plays, then feel free to check out the Strategic Swing Trader newsletter. Link is in the description. It costs $95 a month. It's almost basically free. It's not free, but I'm just saying it's dirt cheap compared to what you get. We also had another earnings play. I'm not sure what day was it. Right now we're removed from earnings season. So MCFT or MCFT, right? A couple of days ago on Thursday. Look at that gap down as a short. Beautiful. How did I predict it was a short? Why did I play it short? Because it had a run up into resistance. That's minor resistance. Okay, the bottom of the base is minor resistance into the declining 20 on the weekly. See that declining 20 and the flat 200. Lovely. Beautiful. Does that make sense? So you get to participate if you want in earnings plays, in regular swing trades, and in cryptocurrency trades, all for $95 a month. So again, link in the description if you'd like. And we also do weekly coaching sessions, and then you have access to me as well. And notice everything is practical, no fluff, just right down to business every day. Okay. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed today's video. As I said, please hit the like button if you found benefit. But until next time, this is Sami Abu Saad with T3 Live. Have a great rest of the weekend and good trading, everybody.